remands 7 Yoruba men over Shasha market mayhem. 7 Yoruba men were on Thursday remanded at Abolongo Correctional Facility in Oyo for alleged arson and murder during the Shasha market mayhem. The suspects are Tajuddin Oladuni, Saburi Lawal, Ojo Joshua, Adekunle Olamiwaju, Olagunju James, Rasak Yaya, and Olaide Olawuyi, with 6 counts bordering on conspiracy, arson, and murder. The Iyaganu magistrate, Osho, who did not take the plea of the suspects for want in jurisdiction, ordered the police to return the case file to the office of the Oyo State Director of Public Prosecutions for legal advice. Mr. Osho adjourned the matter until May 11th for mention. Earlier, the prosecution counsel Foluke Oladosu told the court that the suspects conspired with others at large to commit the offence. Mr. Oladosu said on the 12th of February about 10 a.m. at Shasha Market, Ibadan, the suspects caused the death of Adeola Shakiruddin when they beat him up. The police also alleged that the suspects caused the deaths of 31 others. Wow. The prosecution also alleged that the suspects burnt 2 houses belonging to Ade Labo Ibrahim and caused damage worth of 50 million naira. The police also alleged that the suspects also burnt down a house belonging to Osholale Akindele and destroyed properties worth 20 million naira. The offence, the police said, contravened the provisions of Section 6 and 316 of the punishable under Sections 443 and 319 and the 516 of the Criminal Code Cap 37 Volume 2 Laws of Oyo State 2000. Wow. 7 Yoruba men? I mean, honestly, at this point, it's all alleged and they have to prove it, but it's not justified that, you go cause mayhem and all that. That's absolutely wrong. But it's the efforts for me. They even had the specifications of the alleged times this took place. I'm like, okay, fine. It's not right that you should go and, cause problems on others. But did they put this much energy into investigating and finding suspects when the people complained and there were reports consistently of, Yoruba farms being invaded, destroyed, and also, Yoruba women being attacked by herdsmen? At the end of the day, if you do something, if you break the law, you're a criminal, and that's just it. And you've committed a crime. And no matter where you're from, it's unlawful. Fact. But in the country where it's not fully consistently, the law is not fully and consistently, followed, then you don't expect citizens to follow suit. Somebody says just because of a clash between 2 ethnic groups, when 2 people fight, one will be punished and the other will be compensated. Injustice in Nigeria is too much, and some will still be shouting one Nigeria. Exactly. So how many Hausa and Fulani were also remanded over the Shasha crisis? You don't arrest or remand one criminal and pamper the other. Exactly. Because again, if you're gonna have these suspects, did they do any investigation on both sides to see if both can be? You see, when they have a look, I don't know. Sometimes you just question the competency of these people. So now all the Hausas and Fulanis were blameless. What a useless court. Again, it does not justify what the Yoruba men did, allegedly, if it is true, but it shows that it was not one Nigeria. Like, even if there has to be an investigation as well and questioning on the sides of the Fulani herdsmen or the ones who went to, Shasha Market to, cause mayhem and all that. Someone says this is uncalled for. There are 2 laws governing us in this zoo, one from the north and the other from the south, for the south, and later they will say one Nigeria. Absolutely. Very, very true. And I guess, I think when 2023 comes, I don't really think we have to wait for 2023, but when the time comes, I think we have to really come together and be like, okay, fine, do we want to have one Nigeria? Is this what we want? Are we ready for that? And I feel like, these questions, we need to answer these questions. And we need to know about these questions. Because again, I don't know. Because I don't think we have to wait till 2023 to ask these questions, but are we really one Nigeria? So we know that 2023, we know the plan is either to disintegrate or the plan is to go as one Nigerian, and we are not even going to allow any PDP and APC even contest. That's my personal opinion. And I don't know. I personally, no. If anybody is going to go for APC or PDP, I will do my best to convince them. It is their choice at the end of the day. But we've got to control the narrative. We've got to be on the majority side of things. And so 2023, if you're going to decide, I think that's highly unlikely. I think 2023 will be an absolute mess. I think that right now the country is already as a mess as it is. And the tension that would happen during the elections would be way worse. Way worse. And so we need to realize for ourselves, do we want one Nigeria? Or we're gonna, analyze as ourselves, work on ourselves, as well as fight and hold the government accountable? Because, we're having, at this point, we need to decide, is this law for us? Is this democracy for us? Because if we are gonna agree that, okay, this new Nigeria, we're gonna follow this and we're gonna hold each other accountable, fine. But are we ready for that conversation? Because it's only when you've eaten well and you are full and you are comfortable that you're ready to have this conversation. The fact is, not everyone is ready for this because everyone is not the same. Nigeria is very compromised. We have the vulnerable. And so, unfortunately, the vulnerable is a lot. And so for us to, to talk to these people and for them to make their decisions, survival comes first. So if you're not going to come to them on how they can survive, they might not want to listen to you. And so I don't know. I think the education it's not something that we can fix. It's an individual journey. We have to choose to go on the journey to cleanse ourselves of certain things that we don't need to apply. But in 2023, I don't know. But someone here says this is a lie. Nobody was remanded. They are saying it to deceive Hausa people so they think that action was taken. Why? Okay, fine. For the innocent Hausa people and for their name being tarnished, absolutely, I understand. It is fine. However, the Yorubas have the upper hand in this situation because they are victims. The fact that they reacted and then were attacking, Hausa and Fulani is not right, but they were pushed to that because they had to protect themselves. So them being pushed by the government or whatever circumstances is obviously obvious, but for them to go and, cause mayhem and do that, they have to protect themselves. It doesn't mean it's not justified. You shouldn't go and kill anybody, but if someone is coming to kill you and you're literally not, and you're not safe, it's basically self-defense. But then, however, in the market crisis, because of the built-up tension, everyone was going at each other. So you have to understand the context to that. But in terms of the originality of this case, the Yorubas have the upper hand. Why? Because they were victims first. Point blank, period. Someone says the police will be quick to arrest innocent Yorubas, tag them with offences they know nothing about, and will start coming with us and telling us about this law of this. I'm tired. I am honestly tired. It's not worth it. It really isn't. Put your comments. Do you believe it's fair? Do not forget to like and subscribe.